Are
you done?
Sorry, I'm just warming up.
That's how you warm up. Okay, woof. I think you ate too much fish.
Fish? Oh, yeah, huh. Aqualin.
Hey, so I have a question for you. Who would you say is your best friend?
Me?
Really? I would have thought,
Well, I mean, I only came to this planet like 3 months ago,
but
and you guys had this quarantine thing.
Oh, so you haven't been out much?
Mm-mm.
Don't you have like any puppet friends or anything?
Mm-mm.
Well, what about,
No,
Hi, guys.
no. When did you guys even get him? At a Petco or?
At Petco?
Definitely wasn't PetSmart because that was not a smart decision on your part.
So you don't consider Shane your friend?
I consider him an acquaintance.
Shane, what about you?
Well, I can't choose. Everyone is great.
Why? Shane, stop being positive. Just please.
I can help it.
The world is gonna hurt you. Listen, Shane. I'm gonna tell you something.
Okay.
And it better hurt. Not because I don't like you, but because you need to hear it. You need to stop being positive, because the moment you go out there, the world's gonna eat you up like a shark. Wait, you are a shark. Either way, okay? Fish up, man.
No.
I tried. Pretty negative, man. Pretty negative.
Well, negative is more your thing.
Okay, get out.
Bye.
Go.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. 3?
Hey, Chief.
Yeah.
Can I see the box?
Oh, sorry. Good call.
Bad. That's so bad.
Good call.
You're a professional. Come on, you're better than this. Come on.
What's going on, my friends?
Hello.
That was pretty formal.
Sup, my dudes?
Okay, that's better.
As the cool kids say nowadays on your planet.
That's right. Today, we're going to take a look at...
The Story of Toys.
Or Toy Story, Obstacles and Adventures.
Chief, you really need to go back to school. That says obstacles and ads.
You know, I kind of like this.
You know...
Like, I can hear you, but... Isn't this cool? We can hear him, but we can't see him.
You'll never get rid of me, because no matter how many times you get rid of me, your channel is done for.
Boy.
Okay, maybe I exaggerated just a little bit.
Maybe just a little bit.
Well, my channel is done for.
All right, so Toy Story, Obstacles and Adventures is...
Obstacles and advertisements.
From the Up. Have you heard of the Up?
Operation?
No.
Love that game.
The Up. O-P. The Up.
Operation?
No, not the Operation. The Up.
Overpowered.
Well, look, they were nice enough to send us this game for review. And honestly, I was super excited when I got this game because I've been wanting to play it for a long, long time. And we finally got to play it. Well, I don't know if you got to play it. But
Well, I'm just there for comedic relief.
So you don't play these things?
Well, yes, I do, when you're not looking.
All right, so what do you say we take a look at Toy Story, how it plays, and then we tell you what we think.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Redford, we forgot something.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Hold on, let me go get deodorant.
We did not need to know that.
Need to know what?
Yeah, TMI, buddy.
I'm an open book. Just kidding, I'm just a closed puppet. I'd be very afraid if I had openings on my
Maybe you should close that book a little. Anyway, we forgot something. We forgot to say this is Toy Story, Obstacles and Adventures. All right, so here we have Toy Story, Obstacles and Adventures all set up on the table. We have a little issue with doing this review. You know why?
Yeah, you're taking up too much space. I need more space.
You need more space? Okay. The thing is, this game has a lot of hidden information. Yeah,
Oh, like the CIA.
exactly.
The Federal Bananas of Investigation.
Yeah, that's another whole thing. So this game comes with several of these adventure boxes. There's actually 6 adventure boxes.
There's a lot of boxes.
It is a lot of boxes. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And to start the game, you start with Adventure 1. And as soon as you finish Adventure 1, you move on to
The next adventure.
the next adventure. That's the safe answer, Redford. You're not that good at math, are you?
Math?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. That, like a person? Matthew?
So we're going to use Adventure 1 to kind of show you an overview of the game. There's not a whole lot of spoilers in Adventure 1. You got to start off with it anyway. But if you don't want to see anything at all, then click on the timestamps below and it will...
Below what?
Below the video, not here.
Oh, yeah,
physically.
they're right there. No, I see them. There's like stamps.
Like in YouTube, there's a description and there's timestamps down there.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you click on it, guess what? It'll take you to the review.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I can time travel?
Well, yeah, in a way.
Okay, hurry. I need to get this over with. I need my payment. It's payday.
So this is the general layout of the board. Over here, you have a little adventure board. This isn't printed. This comes with Adventure 1. Each adventure will have an adventure board
Wow.
and a little token like this.
Wait, I can't really see it.
Like this.
I can't see.
Like this. You see it? Hey! Dude,
Mine.
I need that. Oh. Oh, we dropped it.
This is what happens
dropped
when you don't feed me. Wait, what is that? I found a Raiders of the North Sea coin.
How'd that happen?
I may or may not have went through your boxes.
We found it.
Nice. I won't get sued anymore.
Well, don't count
Hey,
your...
you sue me, your channel goes. Actually, it'll go pretty far.
You know what they say, don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Well, how can chickens hatch if they already are chickens? They're not eggs anymore.
All right, let's continue. What do you say we continue now that we have our piece back?
Okay.
All right. So this little token will go on the adventure board and it will move up throughout the game. And this is actually what will make you lose the game if this token gets all the way to the end of the track and you haven't beat the adventure yet, then you lose the game and you have to start all over again.
Whoa.
Yeah. Over here we have danger cards.
Whoa.
So these will be revealed at the beginning of each player's turn. And then when it's revealed, you have to do or take the damage that's printed on it. For example, this one here says active toy loses 2 hearts. Here we have the adventure cards, and these will be out here. These can be bought by the players. The cost is printed down on the lower right-hand corner. And so this game is a deck builder. It's a co-op deck builder. So you start with a deck of cards. Every character has their own deck, but the cards are kind of weak, and you can buy...
Hey, don't make fun of the cards.
But they are weak. They're not as powerful. Let's just say that.
Ah, much better.
Okay, thank you. And as the game continues, you can buy these cards and add to your deck to make it stronger. Is that better?
Yes.
All right. And then over here we have the hazard cards. So this is what you're going to try to overcome in each adventure. Every adventure has a different set of hazard cards. And depending on the instructions for the adventure, it'll tell you how to set them up and which ones to bring out.
Wow.
Mine
Is in pain.
blown.
No, that seems stressful.
So, for example, in Adventure 1, it tells you to reveal 1 hazard card. And that's it. That's all you have to deal with in Adventure 1.
Easy.
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 Sort of. We'll get to that in the review.
Peasy.
Yeah. Other adventures will have other instructions. So, for example, this hazard card says that the active toy loses a heart. So every time you take a turn, or a player takes a turn, the first thing they do is lose a heart. Yeah,
That's painful. Do I have to get like surgery or?
it's pretty tough. Once the hazard is overcome, then everybody gets the reward that's printed at the bottom. And in this case, it says all toys gain one little ball and one heart. The ball in this game represents imagination, and we'll go over that in a second. Once this hazard is overcome, you discard it, and then you bring out a new hazard, and you flip it over.
No.
In Adventure 1, there's 3 hazards to overcome. So once you overcome the third one, before the marker reaches the end of the track, then guess what?
You did it.
You did it. You win the game.
Good job. Now we're done.
No, then you go on to Adventure 2.
But why?
Every character has a player board which tracks their health, which starts at 10. And as you lose hearts, it will continue to go down. Now, you don't die in this game. That's kind of good, right?
Yeah.
But rather you get shelved.
Oh, I've gotten shelved before.
Yes, you have gotten shelved before. Actually, every night you get shelved.
What? Look, just because the only place I can sleep in is a shelf doesn't mean you have to judge me for it.
I'm not judging you. I'm just stating facts. Remember? F-A-C-K-T-S. Facts.
No. I don't remember how it was spelled. So you win this one.
So once your heart meter gets down to the end, you get shelved, and that just means you stop your turn, and a few other things happen, but you don't die. You do come back with regenerated life and can continue later on.
I am immortal.
The resources in this game are these little Pixar lamps, which are insight. This is called insight. There we go, these little Pixar lamps. And like I said, the little Pixar balls are imagination. So whenever you gain these throughout the game, you put them on your player board as such. So the insight goes here, the imagination goes here. Insight is used to overcome the hazards. So for example, here, if you look at this hazard, let me put that up here. On the bottom right-hand corner, it tells you how much insight it takes to overcome it. So on your turn,
I can't see.
Here. Yeah, you're not going to eat this one. Too slow.
Dang it.
Too slow. Let's quickly go over what happens on a turn.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so every character has its own starter deck of 10 cards. Once you've shuffled them, you draw 5 cards from the deck. And then from these 5 cards, you're going to be able to play some of these or all of them for certain abilities. But before you do that, so after you draw your 5 cards, you're going to reveal a card from the danger deck. Ooh, the danger deck.
Ooh.
And you're going to take the damage that's printed on it.
Yikes.
What determines how many danger cards you draw is wherever your little token here is on the adventure track. So
That little token?
that little token determines how many danger cards you take. Yeah. So you see these little circles that have a 1 on them?
Uh-huh.
So you take as many cards as is printed on that little red circle. So in Adventure 1, every single time you're going to draw 1 card. But that may or may not change. I am not at liberty to say. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Give a man a plane ticket, he flies once. Push a man off a plane, he flies for the rest of his life.
Where do you get this stuff?
YouTube.
Figures. How does this little marker move?
Well, your finger has to put some amount of force on it.
Yes, technically, right?
Yes.
But what makes you put your finger on it in order to push it?
Your brain?
Do we have to continue?
Because then we can't get to the review.
Ah, good point. So there will be danger cards that will tell you to move this marker. And in the first adventure, it's, it's pretty lenient. The marker moves slowly. As you move through adventures, you are going to wish that those danger cards would slow down a little bit. Right?
Yes.
You experienced that.
Sure, I did.
Yeah. So whenever anything tells you to move this marker, you move this marker.
Oh no. Rules.
You know what they say about rules?
They're annoying.
After you've done what the danger card or cards, if there's more than one,
Oh.
maybe, I don't know, ask you to do, then you move over here and you resolve the active hazard.
Something else?
Something else, yeah. So some of these hazards will have something that happens on each turn. Like this one says active toy loses 1 heart.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
Oof.
pretty strong stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do whatever that says, and then you can start playing your cards. So you take a look at the cards you have in your hand and you start to play them and do whatever it says. For example, this one is a trait card, and you can tell because it's green and it says trait on it.
Wow.
Yeah, and it lets you gain an imagination. This one does the same thing, this one does the same thing, and the same thing. This one is an item. It's a laser item. Look at the color.
Red.
Yeah, you like this game now, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. So this item lets you gain an insight. And if you play another item, you gain another imagination. Now, I don't have any more cards, so that won't happen this turn.
Ah.
But if I were to play all these cards, I would gain an insight. I'd put it on my board here. And I would gain 4 imagination. And I would put it in the spot here on my player board. Now, once I've played all those cards, I can, on the same turn, I can spend these items or resources. The insight I can assign to an existing hazard. And remember, this is what's going to get rid of that hazard eventually. The imagination are used to buy more adventure cards.
So are we actually using the balls, or are they all just in our imagination?
Maybe that's why they're called imagination. That's some pretty good. That's some pretty good insight there.
Yeah, I was thinking of becoming a therapist.
So over here in this area, you see available adventure cards that, again, will make your deck more powerful. And you can buy as many as you can afford. So in this case, I have 4 imagination. I can either buy these 2 here that cost 2 apiece, and the cost is printed on the bottom right, or I can just buy one that costs 3. So let's say I bought the one that costs 3. I go ahead and spend those 3, and I buy this card, and then it goes in my discard pile. It does not go on top of your deck. Like a typical deck builder, the cards you buy will go into your deck the moment you run out of cards to draw and you have to reshuffle. Unless you have an ability that lets you put the card on top to draw immediately. After you have bought an adventure card or cards, because you can buy as many as you can afford, then you simply take another one from the deck and refill it. If you happen to draw the same card, then you stack it on top of the card that's already there, and you draw a new one, so that there's always 6 unique cards out on the market. Whatever I decide to do, I need to spend everything I have, both cards and imagination and insight, because none of these carry over to your next turn.
Oh no!
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Well, those are the rules.
No.
Well, don't talk to me. Talk to the op.
The op.
Yeah, talk to them.
Operation?
No, the op.
Yeah, op. Operation.
All right, we'll talk to them later.
Okay.
So once that's done, you take all the cards you've played in front of you and you put them in your discard pile.
What?
Yeah. And they'll come back once your deck here has run out. Once you've done that, you draw 5 more cards, and that's the end of your turn. Now the next player goes.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh.
Now remember, this is a multiplayer co-op. So you're all working together to overcome this hazard. So it doesn't really matter if the cards are visible on the table, and you can discuss with each other what strategies you want to use. And speaking of other players, this game is 2 to 5 players. So it comes with several characters. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I have Buzz here, and you can also play with Rex.
He looks cool.
Woody. And Bo Peep.
Oh, pink.
Yeah. And there may...
Close enough to red.
There may or may not be other characters.
Wait, hold on. So there may or may not be the fifth player?
There. What is? What do you mean? This is. Oh yeah, these are only 4 characters.
You need to take school again.
So it's not a spoiler.
Oh!
You're right.
Oh!
It's 2 to 5 players.
I've solved the mystery.
Not my fault, folks.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that is Toy Story Obstacles and Adventures in a nutshell.
Obstacles and advertisements.
Obstacles
Obstacles and advertisements.
Adventures.
Advertisements.
Dude,
Advertisements.
all right, so what do we think about Toy Story? Let's talk about that
Yay.
now.
Just yay.
1-word reviews by
Yay.
Redfurd.
Nice. Good. Okay. Bad.
All right, so let's talk about
Hey,
our
Chief.
thoughts about Toy
Chief.
Story. Yeah?
You only got half a box.
What do you mean I only have half a box?
Think you got scammed.
Why?
Turn it around.
You're ruining the illusion, man.
What illusion? You got half a box.
Well, I didn't feel like emptying out the rest, and so I just used the box top.
Nice.
Secrets revealed.
Good job.
Yeah,
Smart move.
A smart move from you for revealing it.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we think about Toy Story as a game? Well, let's discuss it. Starting with
Artwork.
artwork. Hey, you've done a few of these already, haven't you?
No.
So this definitely is not your first rodeo.
Again, there's no bulls. Bring in the bulls.
You'd figure he'd learn by now.
I could take them on.
All right, so it's no surprise that the artwork in this game is top-notch. Fantastic.
It looks like pictures from the movie.
No doubt. It looks like pictures from the movie. That's right.
Because it is.
Because it is. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's a fully licensed game. And so just look at it. I mean, the characters in the box, the side of the box.
And the empty backside of the box.
The empty backside of the box. Look at the artwork there.
Wow.
Amazing.
Nice color choice.
You could stare at that for hours. And beyond the box, all the cards are beautifully illustrated. I mean, the front and the back. I mean, just look at these. Look at the back of the cards. The front of the cards, I don't want to show you too much, but I'll just show you here a few. If you look at the artwork here on the cards.
Is that a leg?
It is a leg, yeah. It's a, what is it called?
Like a fishing pole.
So, like Redford said, it's the art from the movies. The same thing in the danger cards and the hazard cards. It's all really nice looking. And if you're familiar with Toy Story, you're not going to be disappointed by the way these cards and the board and everything looks. Again, I wish I could show you more, but I don't want to spoil anything. Now let's move on to
Gameplay.
Redford. You are on the ball, man.
No, I'm on the floor.
The gameplay is smooth like...
Maple syrup.
All right, we'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the gameplay works really well. It flows really well.
Like maple syrup.
Like maple syrup.
Yeah.
The turns are pretty quick,
Like maple syrup.
especially if everyone is familiar with the game. The turns will just flow. And they'll be-
Like maple syrup. I'm a genius.
The reason for that is because the turn structure is pretty clear. I mean, all you do is you draw the necessary number of danger cards, you resolve the hazard, you play however many cards you have in your hand that you want to play, you resolve their abilities, you buy new cards if you can and if you want to, and then you move on.
Just like maple syrup.
Just like maple syrup.
I'm a genius.
Couldn't have put it any better. I have no idea what that means.
What do you mean I put it? Don't go stealing my ideas. It was my idea to start this channel. And you took it over.
As you progress, and is it progress or progress?
Progress.
You sure?
Dude, seriously. Education.
As you progress in the game and you move on to different adventures, the gameplay will change slightly. There will be new rules and things added, but it's a slight change. Yeah, easy to understand. Each adventure comes with a little rule sheet. And in fact, this is pretty neat. The rule book has a spot on the back page here.
What?
Yeah, to slide in
That's really
the
smart.
new rules from each adventure. So I've only got adventure 2 rules in here. Adventure 1 rules are in the rule book. Adventure 2 rules, I slid them in here. And then as you progress, they go in 3, 4, 5, and 6 for easy reference. Who thought of that?
What?
Genius.
I thought of that probably in my sleep.
Moving on to
Ease of play.
ease of play. How easy is this game to play?
Easy. Next category.
Well, that's a tricky one.
What?
Yeah, it is, because it is easy to learn how to play.
Yeah.
And you might think this is a kid's game.
No.
I mean, it is Toy Story after all.
Yeah.
Don't let that fool you.
No.
Each adventure gets progressively harder.
Progressively.
Oh, geez. So as you advance in the game, it's going to get harder and harder to complete each adventure. And you may find yourself going through adventure 1, just breezing through it. And then you hit a wall.
At what? Like this?
I knew he was going to take that literally.
That feels kind of good.
So there's going to come a point in the game where you are going to hit a wall. And you're going to have to replay an adventure a few times until you finally get past it. But you know what? I didn't find the process frustrating or anything. It was fun to replay the adventures because the danger cards and the hazards will come out in different order. And it really matters what order they come in on. If you start the game with a tough hazard, it's going to be hard to beat it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you may not. You may start with an easy one. And that may be the one time that, or the one chance you have to finally beat that one adventure you've played a number of times. This being a deck builder, if you're familiar with how a deck builder works, you're going to have no problem learning the game pretty quickly. And it's actually a nice way to introduce the deck building mechanic to someone who hasn't played it yet, or maybe a younger kid, a younger child. So in that aspect, I really like that about the gameplay. So now let's move on to... Come on.
What?
Come on, dude, you were on a roll.
No, I'm on the floor.
Oh, it's an expression. I mean,
Express yourself.
you had gotten each point of the review down.
You mean I was a genius?
Yeah, all right, let's do this again.
Okay. Replayability's up next.
Ah, there we go. Good job, man. Give me 5.
5 what?
Never mind. How replayable is this game?
Replayable?
It is replayable.
You said it yourself.
Seems like we say that a lot. Like we say that over and over.
Well, but I mean, it's a really simple question. Is this replayable?
Yes, it's replayable.
Yes. No.
If you fail an adventure, the rules say that you should replay it until you've beaten it. And when you do replay it, it's going to be different because the danger cards are going to come out in a different order. The hazards are going to come out in a different order. Your hand will be slightly different depending on how you shuffle it. So there's a lot of factors that make the same adventure different. Once you've beaten all 6 adventures, then you can replay any adventure again.
Wow, so it is replayable.
It is replayable. This is not a legacy game.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you're not ripping up cards.
No.
Sorry. You're not making markings on the board.
Oh, I wanted to eat them.
So nothing gets destroyed. The cards are marked with what adventure they belong to. So you can easily choose any adventure you want and replay it at any time. A couple of quick notes before we end the review. The game length is pretty reasonable, I think. Yeah, the game length is pretty reasonable. It doesn't take very long to finish an adventure. And that's good because if you have to replay it, you could replay once or twice in the same session without extending it too long. And the other thing I wanted to mention is the insert for the game. And I want to bring it out here. Let's see if we can see it without spoiling much. Is pretty neat because you have the section here for the adventure boxes. And then you have a section here that comes with dividers.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can see them here. I'm going to try not to show too much, but there are dividers so that you can put the cards back in, and the little adventure board and the cards and the starting decks for each character. Everything goes in here, and the dividers keep them nice and organized. So nice job on the insert.
Yeah.
Op Games.
Operation.
And that brings us to the end of our review of Toy Story
Obstacles and advertisements.
Obstacles and Adventures.
Yeah.
Redfurd, I want to thank you for your amazing insight. I couldn't have done this without you.
Of course you couldn't.
Actually, I probably would have done it quicker without you, but it wouldn't have been as much fun.
Please. Exactly.
I also want to thank Shane
What?
for his cameo at the beginning. Sorry, buddy. But you know,
Shane isn't even camouflage. He's blue.
I just want you to know that you have a friend in me.
I do. How do you get in there?
We really enjoyed our time with Toy Story. It's
Yes.
a game that can be enjoyed with your family, with the younger ones, with
A monster.
if you have one.
I'd be surprised if you had one.
It's also great to involve new ones that aren't used to these types of board games, because being a co-op,
Cooperation.
yeah, very good.
Well, up.
It's a good way to help them out, you know, if they're having trouble with their turns. So in the end, don't hesitate on Toy Story Obstacles and Adventures. We think it's,
We're getting hacked.
and that's what happens when the overhead camera runs out of battery.
Yep.
We think you will thoroughly enjoy the game. And if you don't, you can always...
Hand it over to me and I'll eat it.
So with all that said, we have just one more thing to remind you, and that is to...
Like, subscribe, and comment.
And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be
yeah.
notified when we upload new content.
Yeah.
So that's it for now. We'll see you.
In the next one. You were late on that.
Well, let's do it again.
Okay.
We'll see you
In the next one.